All right. We're moving right along. Going on to Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn. The 10th sign of the zodiac. The third. So Sagittarius is the third fire sign. And Capricorn is the third earth sign. And there is a progression that happens as far as kind of more of the first signs of the zodiac being a bit more inward focused or internally focused, not necessarily meaning introverted versus extroverted, but just that there really being this drive and focus and interest in the more interpersonal relationships. And the latter 6 signs of the zodiac are a bit more about the outward expression, the outward transformation, how you affect things in your environment and in those that are around you. And we all have various degrees of that in our personal charts. Not one, there aren't just like 2 types of people in that. But what am I trying to say? Well, Capricorn. And also this is for the Sagittarians too that I just read for. You guys are the third grouping of the 4 elements. And there is this kind of wisdom and bigger picture and a little bit more experience that these signs have, because to be entirely honest, like the zodiac wheel moving around from Aries all the way through Pisces is also a reflection of a typical like timeline of life for a human. So Aries is like the infant and newborn, just does things, doesn't have all of that foresight yet or experience per se, but a lot of luck and beginning, initiation. And then Pisces is a very old soul, wise one, sage, seer, the guru, the old crone, the old, this is a very older, wise soul and or person, because Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac and has gone through many of all of the life progressions to get to that point. So they can see from many different perspectives. So Capricorn, you're the 10th of 12 houses, meaning you are also very, there's a lot of wisdom that you have, especially in the earth element realm, which is, you have a lot of wisdom in work, in productivity, in career honors, awards, accolades, things that you put in the time, the effort, the thought, the work. Not that it's always like hard work, but you have a lot of stamina to continue on this pathway towards your dreams. And there's a lot of consistency in all of the earth signs. Just it shows up in different ways. And for Capricorns, there is this ability to really stick with something, especially when it comes to money or the career, or your identity with your job. Not so much the identity that you've taken from your family and your upbringing and how people know you through your siblings or through your parents or through your grandparents or any of that, but how you actually go out into the world, right? Because again, the bottom signs are more internal, like what you've kind of come from, you, and then the external signs, or the latter signs, are more of an outward. So Capricorn is very much like how your identity is built by what you do and the path that you choose. So Capricorn in shadow at times can be a bit tunnel vision, and sometimes will not stop to celebrate when goals have been reached, or when, when there's maybe a time that a fire sign would love to celebrate, an earth sign will kind of just continue on working and not necessarily stop to really enjoy. And that's especially true for Capricorn, because you're so focused. The 10th house is where our midhaven, the midhaven begins the 10th house. And so whatever sign your midhaven falls in your personal chart, that shows you your work drive, your career, the people of that sign. For example, my midhaven is in Leo, and my customers and clients for years, the tried and true ones, have been Leos. And there's just something about working with Leos that just works super well for me. They love my work. They always will refer me to other people. I've just found that throughout the years, and it started to dawn on me oh, well, Leo people, not only do I enjoy working with them, but they're great people for me to be working with because they fall in my midhaven. And those qualities of Leo are how I utilize my Capricornian energy of focus and drive and forward, how we're blooming out into the world, if that makes any sense. So that kind of gives some more insight too into how unique all of our charts can end up being, and how different signs and different houses can take on and mesh energies. And some mesh really well and some don't. And so I love to look into all of that. But I'm just kind of cleaning up also while I talk about all of you Capricorns. So in shadow, it can be a bit tunnel vision, and that you maybe won't celebrate, stop and smell the roses. Sometimes too focused on the next big project. But that's kind of only if you're in balance, right? Otherwise, Capricorns are very grounded, and they're very practical, and they're very consistent, like I said, but they're pretty funny. They have a really funny sense of humor that you could kind of miss if you just see them as Capricorns at times can be a misunderstood sign, definitely. They have a great sense of humor. Let's just put it that way. They really do. A great sense of humor. And they're really loyal and committed as well, just like most earth signs are. But, and let's see. Oh, and Capricorn is a cardinal sign. So it does have a lot of leadership initiative, where cardinal signs will listen to they'll know what their idea is first and foremost. And then they'll listen. They'll genuinely listen to anyone else's ideas. Take it all with a grain of salt. And if there's a better idea from someone, then the Capricorn will take that idea and initiate it. They will lead others with that idea. And usually, well, ideally, they'll give credit to whoever's idea it was, But cardinal signs tend to do that. They really are going to be quite open-eared. And then they will lead. They will take the leadership role. And a Capricorn, again, is an earth sign. So in a really practical way, will they take the lead in a very well thought out way, because it's the fourth cardinal sign and the final fourth and final cardinal sign of the zodiac. So it has also the most practicality and ability to manifest ideas all the way through the steps into the tangible 3D reality, because that's also Pentacles and Earth element. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Was that good? Good? Yeah. Let me know. Let me know if there's anything in that that was like really useful or helpful, or you just like had no idea about, because it helps me to have more ideas about what videos to make that I can keep kind of on like a shorter channel. 10 minutes in. All right. Oh man, I wanted to start. I think we're doing love readings almost all across the board, but let's start with the Sacred Traveler deck, like I've been doing for everybody. Keep it consistent. I know Capricorns also like that. They like consistency in others and loyalty and, even keel. They're not going to be overly emotional, and overly emotional, that could like turn them off. It could. Depends on what else is going on in your chart. So this is for Capricorn's Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If you know what your sun sign is and it's Capricorn, hello, welcome. I'm Vanessa. Happy to read for you right now. If you don't know what your moon sign is in, you can look it up on a variety of sites for free online and find out and watch the video for that sign in particular. For your moon, the moon represents more of who we are deep down inside, whereas the sun is kind of how we consistently show up for people and to people and shine on people. The moon is more moody, our internal like flux and intuition and internal state and nature. And it represents all kinds of things. And Venus represents our love language and our love life and our appreciation and value of beauty, money, self-care, all things Venus, love planet, Aphrodite. And then the rising sign is how we appear to people, how we come across to people, especially in first impressions. It's considered the mask that we wear when we walk into a room and there are people that have not met us yet. We will give off an impression. And a lot of times that first impression heavily has to do with what our rising sign is and how we come across. So for those of you who have a different sun sign than Capricorn, but you have Capricorn rising or Venus, hello, welcome. I hope there's a message in this video that helps support the sun sign that you have in the other video that you watched already. Blah, 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 blah. I guess my spiel changes for each video. That's cool, right? We're not like trying to over plan this. I like to go by the fly, the seat of my pants. Okay, so Capricorn, you're in the flow. Hello. Damn, you would be choosing your path. You do. Again, cardinal sign, 10th house. 10th house is all about our evolution and pathway towards our career, that tunnel, that vision, that ladder, climbing the ladder. So choosing your path, all is possible. So since I just said that, for some of you, you might not have to continue on this same ladder. You might be able to like hop ladders, or you might find a chute and be able to slide down like chutes and ladders to something else, because there's also answering the call. The time is now, and that's coming up in the future tense because there are 3 of them here. So you get 3 of these Sacred Traveler cards, and it looks like you are definitely in the right place at the right time. Your intuition is on. Good job, Earth sign. I'm not. This is like. Let's not put too much weight on this, but typically the Earth signs are not the ones to be the most intuitive. It's more of the water signs and the fire signs that will rely on their intuition. Air signs really rely on information and communication, so they also don't necessarily always go off their intuition, and then earth signs are typically like the last ones to go off their intuition. But I'm just going to say right now, like, you're on. I'm going to stop snapping. I can't really even. If you don't have water, grab some water. Make sure you're hydrating. And it does say in the flow, keep things flowing. And it says everything is smooth sailing. And she is not on a boat. She's like flying in a sleigh in the sky. I like this card, especially this time of year, and especially if you celebrate Christmas, because it reminds me of Santa's sleigh. But there's a girl sitting in it instead. So everything is smooth sailing. Like, you might not even know how this is like happening right now, but you're in the right place at the right time. You're choosing your path, so all is possible to you. And this is a great time to be. It doesn't even really feel like you're in the reflection phase anymore, which is kind of similar in a way to Sagittarius. You already know what you're going to be doing. And a lot of this is an intuition and a feeling. Like, it feels like you're following your heart. And again, you know, Capricorn being the 10th house. If you know tarot also, it's kind of like the 10 of Pentacles card. Like, it's this entire big, happy life. There's a lot of, let's see, Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So there's a lot of discipline. But it looks like you have a bit of liberation at the moment. You're like kind of in this new sense of freedom. Definitely feeling strong. Look at that. Okay, what's going on for my Capricorns? Feeling strong. Man, Capricorns are healing too, and going through some sort of as well, like a known tower moment, like something that you're kind of floating right now, but you're doing it alone. But there, in the present moment, there is also this King of Cups and King of Wands, and both of them in reverse. So what's that about? We have the King of Swords. Wow. What's happening? Wow. It's a lot of cards that flew out in various places, and I'm going to leave them. There's like a future with a current partner in consideration. You're kind of letting down your guard right now. You're opening up your eyes to the truth of the situation, and that something about belief. Something about a belief. You're healing from a kind of imbalanced relationship, and an imbalanced commitment to that relationship, love relationship. What's coming as like the outcome here? I can help Capricorn to understand. Can you help make this understandable? Like the moon, of course. So you're not supposed to understand all right now, because all is possible. And the now time to answer the call is coming. And it does come with a heading out, from inside out. You're going out into the outdoors. It looks like there's kind of been some intense energy. Excuse me. Sorry, cards. It's a confusing situation, and there's something about it that you're seeing clearly. Can we clarify why the Tower card is here, please? Yeah, because you see that something that you've been committed to, something that you at one point in time, and it doesn't have to be a love relationship. Does it have to be a love relationship? Does it have to be a love relationship? For some of you, it's not. For some of you, it is. So take it how it resonates, you know? Take this with a grain of salt, too. Like, if this isn't your story, this isn't your story. You don't have to, like, make it fit. Don't make it fit. But if there are aspects of it, even just small parts of this that resonate, you know, if it really like resonates with you, like that's exactly what this like exactly what's happening. Even just a part of it, you know, just take that. And if there's something else that like it's like, that doesn't feel like that's what's happening, then trust that. You know, I am reading for multiple Capricorns right now. And many of you have different signs also in your chart. So I'm definitely, there's some crossovers between Capricorn and Sagittarius reading. And there's some crossovers between the Sagittarius and Scorpio reading. But I'm not, Scorpio reading was a while ago. So anyway. It's kind of like no matter what, you are feeling strong. You're definitely already in the position of healing yourself from some love wounds. Almost like this wasn't necessarily a marriage partnership per se, but a like living with a boyfriend kind of thing, or living with a girlfriend kind of thing. And you still see that there's some like maybe more tower moments even coming. Like you kind of just see the truth of the whole situation, and that there also are some like confusing parts, but you're kind of like, you're not like trying to like defend yourself or like fight anyone off. Like you're ready to offer a new beginning to yourself, and maybe to this person as well, if they can get on board. Can you tell me about what else is happening in the external for Capricorns that are watching, please? What else is happening in this external environment? Okay, yeah, an ending of a way of living, an ending of an identity. So for some, this is a deciding to separate or deciding to divorce. There's just such a sense of strength and sovereignty in this. Even though we have the Tower and we've got, the Moon. Wheel of Fortune is sideways, so it's kind of like you are headed in the right direction, but there has been a bit of delay and stalling in this, like hoping that there would be a change, but it looks like whatever deep love or deep passion that was there at one time is like not, and hasn't for a long time. You've already been going through all the healing. Like you're already, like kind of like to actually, the advice for you is to recognize how much healing you've already done, which is also then giving you strength to go through this, choosing your new path. And for some of you, there's also a sense of strength because like that story that I just said is the same. Like it's been a long time coming kind of deal. And you finally you've already gone through the healing, which has given you strength to make this separation. For some of you, it's that is opening up messages for a loving relationship to occur. And for some of you, you are inspired to continue to move forward from this older relationship that seems like it's been a bit out of balance and for a long time. There's an air sign or a potential partner that is very noble, trustworthy. You can trust their word and what they say. They have very high integrity in that regard. Could be a Libra, could be an Aquarius, could be a Gemini. But someone who's true to their word. They might not be the most emotionally showy or warm. At times they might seem a little distant or like they're a bit more logical than, emotional. But for some of you, it's that there's inspiration to move toward a potentially new relationship. Okay, Capricorn. I mean, you're kind of already handling your business. Can we get just a little bit more advice? Let's look at some love cards. The soulmate card hopped right out. So again, whatever this is, you kind of already know intuitively that it's the right path to move forward because you're going towards someone that's your soulmate, whether you've already met this person or not. Okay. Wedding and passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. We will leave it at that, Capricorn. It's a very juicy little reading, and you're not meant to exactly know all the details right now. And it looks like you're actually really kind of cool with that, which is awesome. And you've been doing really good healing, so that's I think what you need to acknowledge maybe and celebrate a little bit. Give yourself some type of gift and acknowledgement that your intuition is right on, which is really amazing. Just for anybody, it's such a gift to know that your intuition is really guiding you, and so to keep following that, and to know that and acknowledge all the healing you've already done, and how strong you've become, because the strength is just so strong in this, and there's no type of aggression or friction type energy with it, you know, no type of like vengeance or resentment. It's literally like I just know the truth of this situation and I am in charge, and I feel like I'm in charge, and my intuition is going to continue to guide me, and I'm going to continue to trust that and move on to my new happy life, full of passion, with your soulmate and a wedding. Cool. In the flow, Capricorn, that's super awesome. I'm like, you are even keel, quite even keel. So keep it up. You're doing great work. You don't need much advice from me, which is always the case too. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this helps, and I will see you guys in the next video.